This is what you'll be making today if you follow along and watch the rest of the video. So you can see that nice texture and variation. Each brick looks so real because they all look different from each other. So if that's something you need, keep watching. So this is a piece that I just very quickly scribbled over with a red Sharpie, and you can see that you naturally get variation, which is awesome. Like, part of the issue with miniatures is that because a lot of the things that we use are mass produced, you don't get this natural variation. You end up with like everything looks exactly the same. So this is just a little piece that I trimmed off of another house, and you can see how kind of boring it is just because it's so perfect, and how much more natural this looks. And if you're wanting to go for something that's a little dilapidated or something with age, that's going to be a great thing for you. So I have made so many of these already, and I'm going to show you how I achieved that. So here I am with some polymer clay. This is sculpey, and you'll probably need more than what I'm showing you, but I just want to give you an example of how I started. I used a couple of bricks. I just opened one bag of bricks, whereas when you're buying bricks to cover a house, you're going to need to buy, I don't know, 20 bags. So I'm just needing the sculpey clay to end up with something that I can flatten out, something easy to kind of roll out. You're kind of making like a really fat tortilla. You want it to be thick enough to house the brick, but still leave some surface below the brick, if that makes sense. So once you've got your polymer clay all laid out, you can make this as big as you want to. I made mine, as you can see, about 8.5 by 11 or so. So I kind of pressed it out, and then I start pushing the bricks into the pattern that I want them to show up as. So remember that you're going to need some space between for grout and or cement. It looks pretty darn good when you're done. You definitely want to use enough bricks that you can kind of lay out a whole pattern and then squish it together to make sure that you have that that little overlay in between each brick. That really helps with making it look a little more realistic when you've got the space between. So don't make the mistake of putting them so close together that you don't have that cement pattern in between. So if you make your mold large enough, you'll just keep popping the bricks out and then replacing them above. You don't need to have as many bricks as what you see on my final mold. I only used about 15 bricks to make this whole thing because I just kept taking them out and repositioning them above. Does that make sense? Kind of just shifting your pattern over so that you don't have to have a lot of bricks to get this done. You can literally do it with 3 like I was doing in this video. So I created this whole pattern and threw it in the oven, and then voila. What you need next is some paper mache clay to press into it, let it dry, and then it kind of just pops off and you have a brick wall. It's pretty cool. So let me know if you use this, and I'll make another video where I show how to make that paper mache clay out of egg cartons, school glue, and water, stuff you probably already have around your house. Thanks for watching. Follow me on Instagram, and let me know if you post dollhouse videos. I'd love to see. Thank you.